Yo, what's good, everybody? Today on ENM, we're going to be doing my top 10 most anticipated films of 2021. But you already know, I'm going to need you to like, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know if I missed any of your most anticipated movies of the year. Alright, so we're number 10. Listen, I grew up on them as a child. I had to get them into this list. When I heard it was coming, Jackass 4 is number 10 for me. We have the original cast coming back with Johnny Knoxville, Steve-O, Dave England, Preston Lacey's coming back, Wee Man, Bam Margera, Chris Pontius. Directed again by Jeff Tremaine, so we're getting the whole original cast back. And the first week in, Johnny and Steve-O got hospitalized. So they're definitely trying to go up another level. We still don't have any footage yet because of obviously the pandemic and hospitalizations. It got delayed. It was supposed to come out next month. We were supposed to see it March 5th, but instead it got delayed out to July 2nd. At number 9, this may come as a surprise to most of you, but I have Candyman as number 9 for me. I'm a horror guy. Listen, horror has stepped up with Invisible Man recently. I love The Quiet Place. We're going to get into that later. Watch. And then we have a remix on a classic original story written and produced by Jordan Peele. If that doesn't get you going for a horror movie after Get Out and Us, then I don't know what does. The lead role, Candyman, is Yahya Abdul-Mateen II. Y'all may know him from Aquaman as Black Manta. So I think he's a big menacing guy. I think he could pull that role off great. And this comes out August 27th, so not a Halloween movie, not a summer classic movie, not a big banger. August 27th, I think it's a great day for Candyman. And at number 8, we got Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage. Listen, I know Venom 1 wasn't what we all expected or what we all wanted, or at least I wanted, as a whole story, as a whole movie. But I think Tom Hardy was a great cast. I think he's a great Eddie Brock. I loved the CGI Venom. I loved how it looked. I didn't like the CGI fights. I didn't like the scenes as much as I did just him as an individual character. Also, Woody Harrelson. We're finally getting a live action Carnage, and I think I didn't like that little jail scene that we had at the end of Venom 1. But I think, again, that was script, not Woody. I think if Woody gets a little more control, and he makes it the character he wants, we're in for a good ride with Carnage as well. So Tom Hardy and Woody Harrelson, that gets me excited. You got me there. And also, Sony is creating this little Spideyverse here. I know we're getting a Morbius character and another Jared Leto character later this year. That's not going to make this list for me, just because it's too many unknowns with that, and plus it is Sony and Origin Film. I don't have too much faith in Sony. But other than that, I think Venom, June 25th, summer movie, right before all the big time movies come out. That's perfect. I think Venom 2, I think that's definitely has to be on your list. At number 7, I got ShangChi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. So ShangChi, I don't know much about him. All I know is it's Marvel, and Marvel rarely disappoints. ShangChi is a master of Kung Fu, so that means we're getting our first Kung Fu Marvel movie. How dope does that sound? Our first Marvel movie led by an Asian. His name is Simu Liu. Don't really know much about him. All I know is he tweeted and asked Marvel for this role in 2018, and a year later he got it. So let's see what he does with it. In the comics, he usually faces off against Fu Manchu, but in the movies, they're going to replace it with the Mandarin. And that name may sound familiar from Iron Man 3, where they threw that all around and we thought he was the villain, and then boom, it was a fake, and we never got the real Mandarin. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, July 9th, big summer release. Will explain the real Mandarin, and I think you're going to love the Mandarin. He's a powerful villain. They did not do him justice in Iron Man 3, and this is why that is highly anticipated on my list. At number 6, I got Eternals. Yes, another Marvel movie. This one with an incredible cast here. Salma Hayek as Ajax, Angelina Jolie joining the Marvel cast here as Thena, Richard Madden as Icarus. I mean, you could keep going on and on. But there's this one big name that we got, and it's Kit Harington joining the MCU as Dane Whitman, the Black Knight. The third rendition of the Black Knight, because he's the nephew of the villain Nathan Garrett, who is the first Black Knight who was mortally wounded by none other than the Iron Man himself, Tony Stark. And in his dying words, he summoned his nephew in Kit Harington's character, Dane Whitman, and he told him to restore the honor of the legacy of Black Knight. Also, this movie, Eternals, should definitely bring up Celestials, which are connected into the Infinity Stones. So, I don't think we're going to go back too much into the Infinity Stones, but there's definitely unanswered questions inside that Infinity Saga, like Thanos getting the Power Stone. Remember, in Infinity War, he just walked into opening scene and he already had the Power Stone. Maybe they can give us a deeper dive into that scene of how he got the Power Stone. November 5th for Eternals. That one's going to be good. At number 5, Dune, directed by Denis Villeneuve, who has 3 movies under his belt that I like, which is his last one being Blade Runner 2049 in 2017, Arrival 2016, and Prisoners in 2013. He's got a stud of a cast to work with here. Josh Brolin, Zendaya, Oscar Isaac, Javier Bardem, Batista, Jason Momoa, Stellan Skarsgård. I mean, this movie has it all. And it has, in the lead role, the young, up-and-coming actor that I am most excited for this year, who is Timothée Chalamet. A young actor who I think is one of the best right now, honestly. And I think nobody even knows this kid. And this movie's going to put him on the map. I promise you that. He plays a noble boy in a noble family who is now entrusted with protecting the most valuable, vital element in the entire galaxy. I can't wait for this movie. This one comes out October 1st. Make sure this is on your watch list. This is one of the biggest movies of this year. At number 4, we're now getting down to the nitty gritty here. At number 4, I can't believe I'm saying this name in 2021 right now. Matrix 4. What? Somebody playing a joke on me? Matrix 4? One of the greatest trilogies. The last movie we saw, Matrix Revolutions, came out in 2003. This is almost 20 years later. We're not getting the full original cast back. We're only getting Keanu back as the Neo, of course. Carrie-Anne Moss is coming back as Trinity. Jada Pinkett Smith is coming back as Naomi. We got I like this addition of NPH, Neil Patrick Harris. Don't know what his character is, not listed yet, but NPH is great in every movie. Unfortunately, we do not get Morpheus in this one. No Agent Smith as well, and no Cypher, because according to I didn't know about this, and I'm sure maybe a lot of people don't know about this. Matrix actually continued after the 3rd film. There is a game, Matrix Online, which is canon, that actually continues the story, and Morpheus does die in that Matrix Online game. So maybe that's why Lawrence Fishburne's character is not coming back. But it does look like we're getting a descendant from Morpheus in none other than Candyman himself, Black Manta. I mentioned him before, Yahya Abdul Mateen II. He's playing Morpheus's descendant. That's all we really got on that. It's Matrix 4. Only one of the Wachowski sisters is directing this. Only one came back. One is not in Hollywood anymore. So I hope that does not give any flaws. Matrix 3 wasn't the best way to end it, in my opinion, but there's just so many questions. How we're bringing Neo back? What's the storyline? Because Keanu has come out and said that they're not going back in time, so the time travel is out of the question. So where does this story really go? And I'm excited to see that. This I can see December 22nd this year. Number 3, Quiet Place 2. Please give it to us this year. Been waiting for it. It was supposed to come out last year, but again, the pandemic ruined everything in cinema last year. So we finally get it this year. September 17th is the release day. I actually just got that news like last week that came out. And on the poster, it says, "Silence is not enough." And that says a lot to me right there. So now there's outside threats other than the creatures, probably people fighting for survival. Who knows what's going on? But John Krasinski is directing, and he's starring as well. So maybe he's in some flashbacks, and I think we're going to get some origin information on these creatures that we just didn't get in the first one. And honestly, it was so good, I didn't really even care where they came from. Number 2, and some of you may ask why, but I believe the Conjuring franchise is one of, if not the greatest horror franchise we've ever had in cinema. So this is why this is so highly anticipated for me. Number 2, The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. We've been waiting 5 years now for the third one. This is the trilogy of a generation right here. The Warrens are back. Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson playing the Ed and Lorraine Warren again. They're back with one of their most sensational cases ever. For the first time in history, for the first time in U.S. history, I should say, a suspect blames his murder because of demonic possession. I can't wait for this one. We don't got much on this one. We do have a release date, June 4th of this year. And this is going to be one of the greatest trilogies of all time. Mark my words. Mark my words. Mark your calendars for June 4th. And at number 1, if you haven't guessed it yet, you should know now. Spider-Man 3. I don't even got a title for you guys. There's no title yet. And this is number 1 on my list. Because of all the rumors with Toby coming back. Huh? Well, maybe Andrew Garfield. Maybe not 1. Maybe not 2. Maybe 3 We're getting a live action Spider-Verse. They're doing it. Spider-Verse animated for Sony is one of, if not the greatest animated movies for me ever. So now that I'm getting Spider-Verse live action, Willem Dafoe caught on set. Is he playing the Goblin? What are you doing on set? Alfred Molina confirmed back as Doc Ock. This gives me chills. Can they do this? Of course they can. They're fucking Marvel. They could do anything. December 17th. We're in for it. Phase 4 is blasting off with the multiverse. We're getting it in WandaVision already. It's exciting all over the MCU. Number 1, Spider-Man 3. Don't know the title. December 17th. We're all watching it. And that is my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2021. Hey, we're on the road to 50. We're on the road to 50 subscribers. Get on the train. Scroll down, click that thumbs up, click that red box. Hey, it's free. It's not going to cost you. It's not going to hurt you. I promise you. Click that red box, subscribe. All right? Get it done.